This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Precisely 6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dhanushka Madhavala and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. Attendance of the school children has increased up to 60%. India starts supply of COVID vaccines to neighbours. Several huge UNP pillars are trying to withdraw from the party. A new housing complex will be built in Kapatipula, Mawatha. News overseas, Donald Trump in his farewell speech said that we did what we came to do. We move on to local news in detail now. Secretary to the Ministry of Education, Professor Kapila Pereira, said that altogether the attendance of school children has increased up to 60% at present. The Secretary said that it is a good sign that the attendance of the teachers has increased to 88%. Speaking to the SLBC, the Secretary said that the government has focused special attention on the health and safety of school children. The Government of India has received several requests for the supply of Indian-manufactured vaccines from neighbouring and key partner countries. In response to these requests and in keeping with India's stated commitment to use India's vaccine production and delivery capacity to help all of humanity fight the COVID pandemic, supplies under grant assistance to Bhutan, Maldives, Bangladesh, Nepal, Myanmar and Seychelles will begin from 20th of January 2021. In a statement issued by the Indian High Commission, says that the respect of Sri Lanka, Afghanistan and Mauritius, they are awaiting their confirmation of necessary regulatory clearances. It has been reported that some powerful members of the United National Party are trying to form a separate coalition. Reportedly, Vice President of the party Ravi Karunanayake, National Organizer Naveen Dissanayake and former Minister Arjuna Ranatunga are among them. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
Continuing with more stories here at home, the government has decided to construct a new housing complex in Kapatipula, Mawatha, Colombo 5, replacing the Summit flats located in the area. A memorandum of understanding for the construction of a new housing complex was signed before the Minister of Public Services, provincial councils and local government, Janaka Bandaru Tennakone, yesterday. Under the new project, the Ministry of Urban Development and the Urban Development Authority will construct 400 new housing units in 2 acres of this land and hand them over to the Ministry of Public Service, provincial councils and local government within 2 years, and the remaining 10 acres will be used for economic activities. The project will be implemented jointly by the Ministry of Public Services, provincial councils and local government and the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing. An additional 100 housing units will also be constructed by the UDA and handed over to the Ministry of Public Services. According to Epidemiology Unit of the Health Ministry, 669 new COVID-19 cases were reported yesterday. Among the positive cases identified on Tuesday, 660 are associates of the Paleogoda COVID-19 cluster and 9 arrivals from overseas, including 8 from the United Arab Emirates and 1 from Poland. According to the Epidemiology Unit report, a total of 54,419 COVID-19 cases have been reported and 7,552 infected patients are being treated at hospitals. Another 806 individuals are currently under investigations in hospitals. Sri Lanka reported 3 more deaths, raising the total to 273, and 46,594 patients are fully recovered and discharged from hospitals. A total of 1,504,187 PCR tests have been conducted to detect COVID-19 infected persons from February 18th last year to January 18th of this year. That's local news.
Darling, our daughter has top O-level results. Do you know what this means?
Yes, just 3 years and she'll be going abroad for her degree.
For which we'll need a bank loan.
But is a normal loan the smartest option?
What else?
The smartest way is to start an HDFC Smart Goals account.
Let your child begin their degree with no delays. Start an HDFC Smart Goals account. Call 2356
Honey, you're so smart.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The Cabinet approved a proposal by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa as Finance Minister to make provision by an Act of Parliament for sign language to be recognised means of communication and to advise the legal draftsman to draft the relevant bill. The Cabinet Ministers approved a proposal to accept sign language as a recognised language on September 8, 2010. There is a significant hearing impaired community in Sri Lanka. They will be empowered by recognising sign language as a recognised means of communication in accessing educational needs, legal matters, health facilities, various government services and private services. The need to draft a bill designating the sign language as a formal means of communication has been identified.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
The Labour Ministry has initiated discussions with relevant stakeholders to limit the current work week to 5 days while maintaining maximum weekly working hours to 45. Labour Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva said the discussions are currently underway and there are certain areas of disagreement. He said they have to iron out those grey areas and have to come into an agreement. That came to you on Watchlight.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines. Donald Trump in his farewell speech said, "We did what we came to do." UK records new daily high of 1,610 COVID deaths. Stolen 500-year-old painting found in Naples cupboard. World News in detail. US President Donald Trump has made his farewell address before leaving office, saying, I quote, "We did what we came to do and so much more," unquote. In a video posted on YouTube, he said he took on the tough battles, the hardest fights, because that's what you elected me to do. Mr. Trump has still not fully accepted the results of last November's election, which he lost to Democrat Joe Biden. Mr. Biden will be sworn in as president today. The last 2 weeks of Mr. Trump's term have been dominated by the fallout from the deadly riot on Capitol Hill when a mob of his supporters stormed Congress seeking to overturn the election results. Political violence is an attack on everything which cherishes Americans. It can never be tolerated, Mr. Trump said in his video in which he did not acknowledge his successor by name. A further 1,610 people have died in the UK within 28 days of a positive COVID test, the biggest figure reported in a single day since the pandemic began. It means the total number of deaths by the measure is now about 90,000. A total of 4,266,577 people have now received the first dose of a vaccine according to the latest government figures. Another 33,355 positive COVID cases have been recorded, less than half the peak figure of 68,053 on 8th January. It is the lowest number of daily cases seen since 27th December before the start of England's third nationwide lockdown. Finally on world news, a 500-year-old painting has been discovered in a flat in Italy and returned to a museum where staff were unaware it had ever been stolen. The copy of Salvator Mundi, which is believed to have been painted by Leonardo da Vinci, was found in a bedroom cupboard in Naples on Saturday. This copy is thought to have been painted by one of Da Vinci's students. The 36-year-old owner of the flat was arrested on suspicion of receiving stolen goods, police said. The painting was found on Saturday thanks to a brilliant and diligent police operation, Naples prosecutor Giovanna Melillo told the AFP news agency. That's on World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
And on development news, Labour Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva said that estate workers will be given a daily wage of 1,000 rupees soon. He said that it will be made compulsory for the estate workers. Minister Silva said that he has forwarded a cabinet paper in this regard. The estate workers are now being paid 700 rupees per day. If estate companies fail to reach an agreement with the ministry in this regard, the ministerial power will be used to determine the daily wage for the estate workers, he said. Moving on to sports news now. Sri Lanka skipper Dimuth Karunaratne and 4 other national players have been released by the national selectors for the second test against England. Sri Lanka cricket said Dimuth Karunaratne will miss the 2 tests due to injury. Kusal Mendis, Minod Bhanukar, Lahiru Kumara and Nuwan Pradeep have also been released from the ongoing test series. The 5 players will return to training at the High Performance Centre in Colombo. Sri Lanka cricket Dinesh Chandimal will continue to captain the team in the second test match that starts on Friday at the Galle International Stadium. England won the first test against Sri Lanka by 7 wickets. That's on sports news, and we now move on to business news. The head of Europe's aviation safety agency, ESA, has said Boeing's 737 MAX plane will get final clearance to resume flying in Europe next week. The agency suspended all flights of the plane in March 2019 after 2 fatal crashes that have been attributed to flawed flight control software. A total of 346 people died in the crashes in Indonesia and Ethiopia. The modified plane has already been cleared for the resumption of flights in the US and Brazil. That's some business news.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Just move on real time, save more, LOLC real time. Paying the premium for transactions, simply save now real time. Day night, no trouble for your transactions, LOLC real time. Download LOLC Finance real time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
And on economic news, the central bank was of the view that there was no need for a rapid financing instrument from the International Monetary Fund. At the start of 2021, the rupee denominated government securities market has seen a marginal inflow. CBSL Governor Professor W.D. Lakshman said it is government policy to work as much as possible to resolve our foreign exchange problems on a self-reliant basis. Professor Lakshman was speaking at the press conference following the monetary policy announcement on January 19th held virtually. Sri Lanka has initiated discussions with multilateral institutions and countries that are willing to help on a non-interventionist basis. The country is securing its foreign exchange requirements where possible in a manner that does not create additional debt. That's on economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And on the weather update, showers will occur at times in northern, north central and eastern provinces. Fairly heavy falls, about 50 millimeters, can be expected at some places. Several spells of showers will occur in the Uva province. Showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places elsewhere after 2 p.m. And with that, we conclude the morning bulletin of news, and it's back to Viana for some good music this morning.